Live. We're live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There we go. We are live. We are live in Clubhouse. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Jim. Let's share. Do you know this not having music? I had a bit of a thing going on, and I've just not been sharing. There we go. I'm gonna say good morning, and I'm not going to rush because there's no need. Good morning. Thank you, Jim. There we are. He's a superstar. Morning, Jew. You okay?
I am.
Good. Good morning, Alexia. You okay? She's not there. She'll be making a coffee, I bet. Well, good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, Naomi. A beautiful one. Good morning.
Yes, I am here, mate. I'm in an argument with all my appliances at the minute.
You argue away. It's only 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock, and it's already Monday the 13th. It's not Friday the 13th.
The little green men are at work again, mate.
I like it.
That's what they're doing.
I like it.
I obviously didn't speak to them nicely enough, did I?
Well, that's our fault. It's because you weren't talking, I don't think, about the theory of super possibility, and really, that's all there is to talk about today. There's nothing else to talk about today. Actually, it's the only subject in the only room. It's the only place you want to be. So if you're not here, well, I don't know why. And if you are here, well done for making it. Well done for making it to MJ's house. Do you know that we've got over 4,000 followers in MJ's house right now, which I just think's a bit crazy, really. But I'm looking forward to when that turns into our token gated community. It's all very exciting. I'm very excited, but I'm more excited about what I've got to talk about today. Because I'll be honest with you, it was all your guys' fault, or you lot's fault, as to why I've even thought of this. Because good morning, Dale. Because you see, at the weekend, I went back and I did that LinkedIn affair at 8 o'clock on Saturdays, the belonging in business. And I'll be honest with you, I think we're on to something. I think we are on to something. I really do. So good morning, everybody. It's great that you're here. We're only a couple of minutes past 6. We'll be getting going in a minute. And you're in MJ's house, and we're talking about what is the theory of super possibility. And I'll tell you why. It's because I've been studying it. I've not just been studying it. I've been living it. And there are people here that have been watching me. And what came from Saturday was one phrase. And I'm doing a lot of psychodynamic work at the moment. I'm doing lots of theory, lots of children across the lifespan, how we evolve, all these things I'm revisiting with my learning. And one of the things that came from it was the word nous, Nous, using my nous. Now, before I get going onto super possibility, I'll just let you know who I am for those that don't know. And I know you all do, but there will be people online that don't know who I am, and they'll just be seeing me for the first time, wondering about on Twitch or Twitter or wherever else we are, because we're everywhere. So, except Instagram. We're not on Instagram. So I'm MJ. I'm known as MJ or Mandy Jane, and I'm a Senko. That's a special educational needs and disability coordinator. So I did a couple of master's degrees in education, special education needs. So I'm a specialist teacher. And I am helping people to create possibility through workfulness, possible financial freedom. And I use a method called lifespan planning, which I copywrote in 2003. And I emailed to myself. And I help individuals experience a life that they deem is worth living. And I think this is vital to the 1 in 5 disabled people like me. My company, Accessibility Partners, exists to allow people access to education, work, and health and social care. And it's begun a massively solid delivery of our core access to work services in the UK. So alongside this, alongside Accessibility Partners, we've created a movement. and it's evolving. This is inclusion. Inclusion's been co-created with disabled people, by disabled people, who feel that their lived experience, their collective knowledge and support of one another is a vital part of their movement, our movement. And we have coined the phrase, we are just better together, because we are. And we believe that inclusion is just more effective when we're playing a good game. And I will no doubt move on to talk about that later. But I want to say good morning. We are at 5 past. I'm sure that you've shared this room. If you haven't, please do. It's great to see people here that haven't been here before. If you are an other in the room, I am sorry. Please just hit the house at the top. I've just added you back, Lorna. Hit the house at the top and join, and make sure that you have hit whatever it is to let you know that we are here. I don't even know whether the bell exists anymore. I think it used to, so you could let people know. You could find out when we are running a room. On a Monday morning at 6 o'clock is when we do this until 7. And then we jump over to LinkedIn to be with Pete Cohen for his Monday Mindset. Or Mindset Monday. I always get that wrong way around. So I've been resting over the weekend, but I don't mean I just stopped. I didn't. I slowed down. I did a LinkedIn room on Saturday. I didn't do one the week before because I'd lost my keys. Which was very disappointing, but very good for me. And a seed from that room has been planted over the weekend. So using my nous comes from the world ego. It's suggested right way back when people were philosophizing about how we come to know. And in Yorkshire, my granddad actually used that phrase for my brother all the time. Use your nous, lad, he'd say. Now, I've been using my nous because I've got massive intentions. And I worked out on Saturday, and I'm sure I'm preaching to the converted. I'm sure I'm screaming into the void, and that's okay. Because if only one person hears this that needs to hear it today, that is enough. The only gap between myself and my ideal future, I've worked out. This theory of super possibility is love. That's it. That's the end. You can go home now. I'm going to tell you how I got there if you want to listen. Because letting go of fear is the reality. Fear isn't the reality. Fear, my fear of not being loved, my fear of being rejected, my fear of not being enough is my mind's guard. It's what stands as the guard to my mind. But that's not reality, is it? Now, I've lived a long time in fight, flight, freeze or fawn. And believe me, I've moved from one state to another unaware of the choices that I had in some of that. There was possibility of my evolution. There always was. But as a child, I remember wishing I'd been born into a different body. One that worked properly. One which wasn't a nuisance, a problem. I literally dreamed of being someone else. Someone with possibility. Little did I know, right? Possibility is something we know when we're children, but I was really, really young when I wasn't so sure possibility was mine. When we're kids, we discover what is magic. And I don't mean, literal magic with a magic wand. I mean love, because love quashes fear. When I pour love onto it, or as somebody said to me the other night, pour honey on it, treat it like a bear, give it honey. When I pour honey onto my fear, I create love. I create beauty. Actually, what I create, I realised on Saturday, is when I use my nous, I create the manifestation of my intention. I can only create what I intend, can't I? Because otherwise I wouldn't be creating it. So what are you committed to creating? Don't know why I'm asking that right now, but I am. Because the other side of fear is love. And I feel, for me, and I can only speak from my point of view, that love is my intention coupled with my action. So what do you intend to act on today? So today, as all of my days, I'm committed, maybe I should be, I'm committed to a future much bigger than me. I'm going to the Senedd on the 6th, I think, of December for their rollout of Is Wales a Fairer Place? I'm going there with the director of Baswell Wales, Jane. She works with Department for Health and Department for Works and Pensions. So I'm committed to inclusion. I'm talking to people about inclusion. My intention is to make sure that, everybody can get a space at the table. Everyone's entitled to go. Everyone. I was talking on Saturday about the fact that I grew up with Margaret Thatcher, for whatever you think of that, as our Prime Minister. So I believed as a child that it was possible to get the top job. And it is, of course, because she did. But that art of possibility, that art of it being possible for me to be whoever, whatever, well, I've chosen to do this through my workfulness. I am committed to supporting disabled people through workfulness. Why? Well, I think that wrapped up in my intention is for that person to have a life that they believe is worth living. And I believe that the universe is made of love. Love begins as attraction, doesn't it? Right? One primary attraction. Think about gravity. Gravity shows us which direction attraction is going, and the universe is constantly expanding. When we think about how we create our intention, the art of super possibility, the universe rests on the use of intention, passion, and love that come together and create. We are just a conduit. It's all very big things for me and very small at the same time. The reason that together we're just better and that we can create more than the sum of our parts when we come together is this super possibility when we come together as a community. We know in quantum physics that what we're pouring into is into our quantum cells, into that super possibility, into those quantum protons, those particles that have a choice about what they become. And we know they exist. We know they exist because we've seen those tests where an atom was split and it was sent to two ends of the universe, well, of the possibility. And every time it made a decision about which way to go, both of them, they made the same decision, even though there was no way that we knew how they could be communicating. 100% of the time, those two particles made the same decision when they'd come from the same hole, because we are all in the same hole. And we've just had a really powerful weekend. Really powerful. We've had more full moons and blood moons and goodness knows what moons than we've ever had. We're vibrating out into the universe, and the universe works like this. Taking back my power is to learn about my circumstances and respond to what is happening, what I'm happening on right now, actually. Not just what is happening, what I'm happening on. It's not what's happening, it's how I respond to what's happening. The cycle of thought is not enough. Believe me, I've done some thinking over the weekend, but it's not enough to change your life. Because unless the action is part of that, then we can't change the pattern of vibration. And we all vibrate at a resonance, whatever you call that. Mary calls it a love frequency, and she's right, of course. Thought and action in combination creates our future. Let's think about your job today. You've got a job, right? You might have a job. Tomorrow you might not have that job. That job is your current reality, but it might not be by the end of the month. So we are all a makeup of intention and action. So my circumstance of life is infinite possibility, because my consciousness turns that into reality. There's something called the observer effect on the quantum particle, and believe me, quantum physics and I are becoming good friends. We think that when a particle is observed, then it's like it sets the jelly of its creation. The observer effect. Our consciousness is part of the process of taking something from probable to actual. I just think that's earth-shattering. That when I notice something, I bring it into creation. That just seems very logical and also mind-boggling at the same time. Does the world exist even when we're not looking at it? That's another question. Everything is connected. Actually, totally connected. In that photon experiment I was talking about, that's what they now call quantum entanglement. The interconnectedness of all life. The field of our understanding is a field of energy connected to other fields of energy. The intelligent mind, the nous, using my nous, or what they called the folded order, or God, or our source to consciousness. That's what connects everything. We are all connected. The creation frequency. I am, and I am more and more and more a porous vibrational being that's merged into the energetic field. So I want to know today what you intend to set your intention to. Today, what do you decide that you're going to create? Because you're going to. We're going to. We're all creating something by our intention right now to be here in this space. For me to have thought about this, I created my intention. I wonder what the vibration of your intention is set to. And if you feel that today you're going to be able to combine your intention with the action to lovingly create your own super connectedness. It's what I'm calling super alchemy, or the magic of life, or, well, our disabled entrepreneurs, a life that individuals feel they want to live. What is their hope and dream? What do they aspire to be? Or the question I ask everybody is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Ian will know, and he won't mind me saying his name. He's not here, but he's 78. And I ask him what he wants to be when he grows up, because believe me, he ain't grown up yet. He's got the eyes of a 25-year-old, as our Ian, and he's at university, and he's starting a new business, and he was in something for 34 years. Whatever he was, he's now creating his super alchemy in his 78th year, a new life, a new start. And I am creating 100 more after Christmas, disabled entrepreneurs, an army of helpers for disabled people to show the world of business just how it's done. Because, we think about disabled people and we might think, oh, it's going to cost me money to take them on. Well, it's not. Even if there is money, the most it costs the business is £1,000 or 20% of the overall, and then it can be claimed back using HMRC-ness and other technical phrases. It costs nothing, actually. It costs some time. But when you do spend that time, then whatever, even if there is a contribution, if there's some sort of public benefit to having a disabled person, and there usually is, and you get adaptations to your premises, there will be some contribution. But believe me, it'll be 80% less than it would have been. So it doesn't cost. And I believe that when society reflects society, well, that's when actually we create our super connectedness. It is the very fact that we're not all there that means that the magic can't happen as it does, and we're watching it happen. We're watching it happen through access to work. So if you do, and there are people in this room now that have been in touch in the last few days, if you do have a question, just please do ask. either in the chat or in the room. We're a great community, and I just want to come back to the fact that I've got to use my head in this. I've cut down the amount of rooms that we've been doing because I'm at university. I'm not just at university, I'm at university doing a social work degree, and that's quite difficult. I'm also running, I believe, a groundbreaking access to work service, one that works with people from the day they apply, not from the day they get funded, although they are funded through us, as we're a one quote provider now. So we are making changes in the access to work world. And I believe that's important because I've said from the beginning of these rooms 2.5 years ago, that by 2028, the welfare benefit world is going to look very, very different for disabled people. And we're seeing the crisis now. We're seeing the crisis of homelessness, of worklessness, of benefits cuts, of people losing their welfare benefits and their disability benefits, people losing their cars because they're tied with their benefits. So then their access to the world is even more reduced. Our job is to turn this on its head. And so I believe that super connectedness, super possibility, the belief that we're all in this together, the fact that we all really have to make this our responsibility, because it is. Disability does not discriminate. It can join your family at any time, and it can come and go. But being prepared for it, knowing how to respond to it. Eventually, I look forward to a world where disability isn't a word. That actually it's just about all of our abilities and the ways that we move through the world. Because when we make it about everybody, then we don't make it about anybody. We just have to make the reasonable adjustments to include everybody, and that's just how it should be. And I look forward to a world when that is the case. I look forward to a world when I can go in the Senate on the 6th of December and actually take the floor. Because when they asked me what the one thing I would like them to change about the Welsh Government was, when I was there for the Equal Power, Equal Voice event that started this year off for me, as I moved to understand the political agenda and what that means for everything, everywhere, all of the time. I asked them if I could take the floor like everybody else, because that will involve my Omeo, which is still not here, or it will involve a ramp, or it will involve, I don't know, a change of the Senate. It flabbergasts me that we created a building only recently, and yet I still need a ramp to get to the floor to make my point. I think they should use their nous. And to create opportunities for disabled people, we need to create the built environment for disabled people, for all people, actually. I don't want to see male, stale, middle class, white in front of me when I go to the Senate. I want to see the sea of what is the world, what is my community. And for that, I think we need to use our head. We need to help people to get there. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to see them. So that's my job. That's what I'm doing. Not just mine. It's everybody's job. And I look forward to this community growing. We're here on a Monday, just for an hour, and I'm going to shut up in a minute because we've got lots of people to talk to. It's great to see you all here. Andrew, hey, good morning. Emma, Mary, Bob, Sharon, Louise, it's family. Matt, Dale, Jim, Sam, it's great. Sam, you're always here. And then the wonderful people that I've got on stage with me, Jew and Alexia and Naomi and Marie and James. I think we all have great opportunities right around the world now to be able to help one another just create that super possibility of inclusion. I am committed, and I'll be talking about it till the end of my days, which will probably bore everybody to death. You're not bored though, are you, Jew? Hey there. Threw that one at you, didn't I? Do you think everything's possible?
I do.
You do, actually, even when I don't. I didn't.
Because
Sorry.
everything was diagnosed, everything became black and dark, and it felt like impossible. Then I met this girl who showed me that wasn't the case that there was light, even if it was just a chink, and it wasn't the headlight of an oncoming train, it was a light. And I took that and I've worked with it for the 2 years I've known this person, or over 2 years.
Yeah. If it's who I think it is, yeah.
Well, the person is you.
Yeah, it's over 2 years.
You made everything seem possible again.
Oh.
And it's great, and it's lovely and fluffy.
It's not fluffy. It's not fluffy. There's nought about our relationship that's fluffy, Jew.
It could be fluffy.
It's unlikely. It's unlikely. I'll tell you what it is, though. It's real, and you have really got yourself a unique tax reference. And you are really getting a really new wheelchair, and you are, in reality, now you have a stand for your iPad. In reality, your life is shifting, and you've made that happen. Innit?
My life has shifted. I do have various bits now that have made it easier.
You're evolving.
I am. I needed a little bit of direction, but when I was pointed, everything became clear, and it suddenly became worth fighting for, because I am a fighter.
I've got a question for you. Do you think that you began fighting again when it became more about, or more bigger than you?
I think that I fought again when you pointed out it was worth fighting for.
Wow, there's so many people that are in your position, isn't there? Right? That if we do what we can, with what we've got while we're here, which sounds a bit logical, doesn't it? Like, should we just do what we can with what we've got while we're here? Oh, all right then. If we do that, then surely the only possibility, use your nous, lad, is the only possibility is alchemy. The only possibility is more possibility, right? Is if I use what I've got while I'm here, for the greater good. I honestly believe it's about that. I do think it's when we let go. This is me, for me. When I let go of the outcome, and I look at what the possibility is. Oh God, that sounds corny. But when I look at the possibility, and the possibility for me is inclusion, I can see it. I can see it. I can see when I can get into the Senate. I can already see front door at Downing Street. I can already see the fact that positions of power will hold people of all types. I've already seen it. I can see it. When when the art of possibility is that we see beyond what the mess in the middle is, all I see the outcome. The outcome is I can get on a train, I can get on the tube, I can get on a bus, I can get on a boat, I can get on a plane. I'm allowed to travel. It's okay for me to go to work. They'll allow me to go to the House of Lords because I need to make some decisions, and I can't do that unless I'm there. So they have to. That's just how it is. So when I see that, then I'm like, right, okay. So between then and now, what have I got to do to get there? That's it. That's it. And so I believe that you started seeing other people, and then you're in that place, you know, you need to come out, you want to escape. And it's the art of escaping, isn't it? It's the escape that creates the possibility, because it's in the escape that you've learned about the new chair and about the voice and about, you know, supported living, and about shared ownership, all these things. You're going to court soon, all of that you've learned. All of that's in the art of escaping. So I think super possibility comes from seeing beyond, seeing something bigger than you. That's what I believe.
Well, yeah.
I like James's picture.
Let's not forget the one that pointed me in the right direction to be able to see the bigger picture.
That's it. Because thankfully I was born broken. Back to that wishing I had a different body. Yeah. Back to that imagining that I wasn't going to have possibility when I was a kid. Remembering thinking if only I'd been given a better one that worked properly, that didn't annoy people or me, and I could go and do things like go to school in it, then it would be a lot easier. But actually, if I hadn't have been that, I couldn't have learned what I've got to learn. I couldn't have been alongside you learning what you've been learning. So you see, super possibility comes from the art of becoming. So I'm grateful that I've been able to be there. Yesterday, I didn't want to be around. I didn't feel that good yesterday. I didn't feel like my life was that easy yesterday. But you had possibility. So I do think we're better together. I know I sound like I'm boring, but I do genuinely think we're better together. We just are. Because when I haven't got the art of super possibility, you have. And then together, we are just, well, more powerful, I think. I can't wait to see you leave that facility. You never even did anything. You've had over 3 years.
Trust me, nobody wants to see the back of this place more than me.
I know, and you know, I can already see the super possibility of that being the case. 2024 is ours. 2025 is a given. But 2024 is ours, and 2025 is a given. You wait and see. You wait and see where you're living. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm more excited to see your wheelchair, though, first of all, and your new wheelchair cushion. Never have I got so excited about wheelchair cushions. They're like some sort of a luxury in our world. A good wheelchair cushion. My Rococo seat on my. You've been in it. You know what that seat's like. That is worth every penny. These are the beautiful possibilities we learn when we have to sit on our backside. Alexia is going to learn about that shortly. Alexia, how's your bum? That's a terrible thing to say on a Monday morning.
Well, I'm just debating whether to open my results for my TMA or not.
I think you should right now. I think you should do it live on Clubhouse. I think you should do it live on Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else we are. I think you should open them now. Go on. I'll do anything. That's terrible. Maybe that's what me and Pete Cohen have got in similarity. Is that there you go. I didn't even know you were going to do that, but there you go. Open it. When you get 23 now, I'll be like, yeah, that was useful. Don't matter if you do get 23, by the way, because you can always make it up on other TMAs. You haven't got to get.
I don't know. I can find it right now. Probably.
Well, find it in a bit. Have you got a cold too? I can't get rid of this cold. I have.
Like, I was doing things at the weekend, but I decided I needed to spend a little bit of time with Monster Dog.
Oh.
And I think she was a bit better for me doing that. I didn't actually stop with her till the afternoon, but she seemed a lot better. So I think our conversation from Friday, I think that dog does need a companion.
I want to tell you something about the art of possibility, right? Just talking about the dog. You know, you said Monster Dog. Do you know that when they did tests on noise and they used words that had things like possibility, okay, or I think it was retard. Yeah, they used the word retard. I think it was when they used the word retard and they this word and the other one was possibility, I think, where they said these words and then they looked at the patterns, the hexadecimal shapes that were made by the vibrations of the noise that went into the atmosphere, because I can't remember where it was. It was something, I think it was the like where they make, where I can't remember what it was making, but they looked at the patterns and the word held the chaos. So in the word retard or confusion or fool, then all of the isotopes were all mixed up and they didn't have an even pattern. And in the word like connected and joy, all the patterns were even and had symmetry. And yet they didn't understand. Nobody understands how words can be imbued with meaning. So when I was just wondering when he said Monster Dog, I was just wondering. I can remember being with parents who said in front of their children, "Oh, you know, Jerry's terrible. Jerry will never go to sleep. Jerry's always awake. Jerry wakes up until 3 a.m." And I used to think, well, now he will. Because he's just heard you say it. He's just heard you say that he's always up till 3 a.m. So whether Jerry's 3 minutes old or 3 years old, Jerry's going to be up till 3 a.m. now. Watch what you say in front of him, I'm thinking to myself. And I'm just wondering, given back to that word thing, whether when we say things like Monster Dog, which by the way I think is hysterical, whether your dog goes, yes, I'm going to tear apart that toy because I am a monster dog. Yeah, I wonder.
Well, I've been brave. I've got 37% on my TMA.
Yes, well done. At least you've got some way towards it.
First TMA last year where I got 10%.
I know.
Only went up and up and up.
You're allowed.
So
you're absolutely allowed. That is that many points towards the overall mark. It's just a weighted perspective. All you're doing with the OU is you're doing a little bit all the way through the thing to learn. These are your building assignments, and then you get your EMA, TMA at the end. You get your EMA, end of module assignment. These are just building exercises. They really are. Now you've got to do them in the OU. In real university, as if that's not real university. In the other type of university, they don't make you do anything except you've got to actually rock up to the lectures and act in the, you've got to behave in the lectures. You've got to do debates and seminars and stuff. That's our doing. You're doing are these, and then at the end they test to see what your doing did. So you've just in one of your tests got 39 points towards it. That's it, or whatever it was. So well done. That's incredible. And well done for being brave and opening it. Just well done for being there. You're at university, Alexia. You know that, right?
Yeah, it still seems unreal.
I know.
Even though I'm very much like you. I put up my results because I was very much brought up. You don't talk about those things.
That's right.
But that's what drives you forward when you see it in front of you. And Daisy should be out this. Daisy will be out this week.
That's your third book. That's your third book. That's incredible. And what a theory, and what a concept, and what a happening. And I sent you a link actually to an organisation that is committed to the planet. A link to a voluntary role that's around. Anyway, there's all sorts. There's so much happening for you, and I truly believe it's because you went into the belief that there was possibility. That
I have to say that we talk about meditation and using meditation to help clear the mind. for about 2 years, but before I knew you, before Clubhouse came about, I knew people then. But I kept getting my meditation, thousands of books and shown the library. So what was I being told?
You're off to learn.
Yeah.
You were already learned. Now you just need to share it with the world. You've already done the learning.
What I think people don't realise is, and I love that there's someone older than me around at university as well, it's the fact that
I will be.
When you're so-called finished, what people like to class, and I think we should look at it as they do, as Pete talks about in China and Japan, you don't finish work. You just start doing things in a different way. You know how difficult it was when we met for me to do things on the computer. And you said, put this in for DSA. And it's like, where am I going? But I wasn't, all right, I've run businesses, but mine were what I call physical businesses. Yes, there was paperwork involved, but now I'm doing a job that's 99% paperwork. It's a complete turnabout.
It is.
It's an opportunity. Even if you've lost your job today and you're sitting there thinking, what am I going to do now? I'm disabled, I can't do something. Go and do that thing that scares you. If I learned anything from the time I had with Tony Robbins, was if it scares you, without putting yourself at risk, just to cover all the eventualities, go do it.
Lean in.
Because you don't know what door that will open. If I hadn't listened to you, I would have still argued the point that
you weren't disabled. Sorry.
and I really would struggle. I struggle to take Belle for a walk now. I do. It is becoming a challenge. Unfortunately, she don't want to go far. She likes to stay at home.
Wait till she's
but if she gets a companion, which is what she needs,
I agree.
I'm going to have to go further afield because that dog is not going to want the same lifestyle she is. It'll probably change her.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Can I be straight? I'm glad you've decided that Belle needs a companion. The only thing is that if you do that, it's not really okay for you to not do that without you having a companion to help walk them. The thing is, you have to get one so that companion can be walked. So you've just talked yourself into having some care and support at home. So well done, congratulations.
Oh, God, I do need care support at home now. There's so much to do. I don't know what the heck to do. Because I'll get back to what I was in when I was running the business, right? If you want to get your meals in, you've got to get that organised. If you want, and you should actually, not to the point that it makes life miserable, because that's not what life is about.
Yeah, you do need you need a house manager now. You need someone to start organising.
Oh my God, I do. There's so much to do. And because, I'm not complaining about this, but because I lost everything to fraud, and my house has been built from what I found on the streets.
You're a womble.
On the streets.
You're a womble, aren't you?
Oh, I'm definitely a womble. I've not been able to walk into the property and say, well, this is going there. Those things live there. I keep moving them. And I was laughing about this with Daniel when he came round Friday. I said, I've moved things so many times now. I'm having to do a spreadsheet on the computer because I can't move where I really can't. They've moved so many times and turn up for something. Oh, well, that would be better there. That would be better there. Where the heck did I move it to this time?
We see now you're designing a system by which we can help people organise what they've got in their house. I actually have a client that you could work with. I'm not sure you want to, but I do have a client you could work with who really would like things cataloguing, but there are about 42 bazillion of them. So I'm not sure you're ready yet. But do it with yours, because whatever you're doing, right, honestly, for me, the art of super possibility is the fact that you are seeing what's possible for you. You'd never tried an OMEO. You didn't know about university.
Oh, I can't wait till I
You are now... You are now
diagnosed. I might have to put it under lock and key.
As a direct result of working with you, I then had to go and find somebody to do the dyslexia assessments, so an edu psych. Because of that, I found the greatest educational psychologist I think that we'll ever come across, who's a much older gentleman that is retired now, but oh my goodness, family therapist, systemic therapist of over 40 years. So every time I see a possibility for you, you create a possibility for somebody else. We now have somebody who will automatically go and assess anyone across Wales for us. That's because of the art of possibility, right? You created that with me. And now, of course, I'm leading people to their universities to get their money back before you get yours back, actually. Just like I'm not going to get my OMO,
Yeah, well,
but other people
I
have.
got my bit before everybody else when I got the chair I'm talking
That's
to you from,
true.
the table I'm talking to you from, and when I struggle to see something and I've got the big screen and I can pull it right under my nose if that's what I need to do.
It's good. Listen, your equipment's fantastic, but what's even better is the fact that you now see that inclusion is on the it's on the agenda. It's on everybody's agenda. It is the only global pandemic you want to be part of, and it's the only one that's a guarantee. I'm telling you, it is guaranteed. It's more guaranteed than COVID is inclusion. I'm telling you, and I'd rather be a part of inclusion than COVID, to be honest.
Oh God, yeah. I think we need to stop. It doesn't mean we shouldn't take care of health. Health is important, but let's stop this narrative of worrying about what might be, because you can't change what's past. You can take a little bit of control over what's coming, but you can't control it all.
No.
And let's enjoy life and have fun.
Absolutely.
Which is what we do as a group.
Yeah, we do. I think inclusion has fun. We're going to the theatre next month, which we'll be talking about tonight at 7 o'clock because inclusion's on. We'll be over on our Zoom channel sorting out our Christmas thing. It's always so exciting. But talking of which, exciting Christmas. Naomi, you're in the sunshine. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me in November that you're there on the beach.
I am not in the sunshine. I am in the middle of the biggest storm of the year.
Oh.
So if it cuts out or there's a bolt of lightning,
stay safe.
It's no sunshine today.
Oh no, but you've had some sun. I saw you on a beach. Did I see you on a beach?
Oh, I did an ice bath at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning on the beach. And that was the first one I've ever done. And it was literally the best thing I have ever done.
Amazing.
Ever.
I'm so glad I saw you.
Mum's like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, an ice bath. She's like, what? I was like, yep, that's it. Get me an ice bath. It was amazing how good it made you feel. I've never really thought too much about it. Like, I've tried the cold showers, but the ice bath was, mindset, and it was fantastic. And then today is actually World Kindness Day for anyone who doesn't know. So I've been out and I went and bought coffees and left some notes around, and then decided that I'd go and get inked. So I got Be Kind tattooed on my arm. So anything is possible.
Oh, everything is possible because you exist.
Oh.
Everything is possible because you exist. And it's right. Our intention is our possibility. When it came to it was like an epiphany. I was like, oh, I could choose everything. Oh, dear.
House goes on the market next week.
Oh, yes.
I know. I'm like, no, I'm done with you, mate.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Let's move on. No bloody idea where I'm going to live, but that's all right.
Doesn't matter. Just somewhere else, right?
Somewhere else.
That's all you need to know right now.
Considering this time a month ago I was dead, I think I'm doing pretty well.
I'm glad you're not dead still. Not dead yet. NDY. I put it at the end of my emails sometimes. NDY. People are like, what is that? Not dead yet. The thing is, it doesn't matter when I am or I'm not, because I just think there's some good people over there preparing the way. I do.
I just can't wait to get you on that aeroplane. Although once this house sells, I need a holiday. Maybe
you could come and stay with me.
Crash in the UK.
Well, actually, I'm looking for a new flat. I've got a new flat upstairs, but I decided that the flat upstairs wasn't big enough, so I've decided to put out for a bigger flat. So I did deliberately.
Size doesn't matter, MJ. You do know.
I disagree. I think you and I will have a conversation about that one day. I disagree with you. I think the bigger the better. Especially I'd like a penthouse. What I've asked for in my world is, and I've decided that the art, this is the art of super possibility. I've decided that I want a penthouse. I've decided I want a penthouse in a different block. I've decided that when I get that penthouse, I'd like to be able to change that block to make sure that all the flats in that block are disability accessible. And then I can put on a conference in Cardiff. That's the only reason.
You've got it all worked out. Is it on the vision board?
Yeah, well, I already drew it about a year ago. I just didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
But that's what I've decided, because I don't know how to put a conference on unless I do that. I can't make a hotel do it because they haven't got the stock, they won't do it, they don't want us cluttering the place up. If I create a block of flats that's like that, and then I have them on short-term lease, then I can just people book them in, right? That's how you create a conference, and then we put it in the capital of the country. Then people might clock on. Eventually.
Are you still doing your Thursday Zooms then?
Not Thursday, no. We're doing Monday nights, Monday mornings, and Saturday mornings. So I do Belonging in Business on a Saturday, do this on a Monday morning, and we're starting our Zooms Monday night. Monday seemed better for everybody.
Oh, can you send me a link?
Of course. No problem at all.
Thanks.
Can't wait.
Monday nights is good.
Oh, yeah, everybody keeps saying it is as well. It's very nice. I like
is.
the way the universe is moving towards itself.
Granted, though, I'm trying this whole new sleep hygiene routine, so it may
go
not
to
be
bed.
Me at 3 a.m., but if I'm awake, I would more than
Go to bed.
love to come. So
just go to bed.
I will. Anyway,
I will record it.
Because it's 2:51.
Yeah, I will record it, and yeah, it is. We've only got 9 minutes. So, good grief, and 2 more people. So run away. Well, not run away, but you know what I mean. And I'll record it.
I don't run anywhere.
I'll record it tonight. Running's just not for me either, to be honest. But rolling really fast is when I get the OMEO. I'm going to be going at 14 miles an hour, I think it is. It's crazy, crazy fast. So I will be on that plane in an OMEO shortly. Marie, are you there?
I am, lovely.
There you go.
It's great hearing these stories, isn't it? Of how it's changing people's lives. It's humbling. It's very grounding. Very, very grounding work. Do you know what? I don't even recognise myself. I still pinch myself, and I'm like, who is this person? I just can't. Honestly, it feels very surreal many times for me. Like the theory of limitation, I understand that, because I've placed limits on myself all of my life, and in a strange sort of way, that was my comfort zone. And I think about how I've actually got here, and it was just the next step forward. That was all it actually was. If I got really simplistic about it, but it's never that simple, is it? Because it requires dedication, and it requires commitment, and it requires seeing beyond your circumstance, and it requires letting go of outcomes and all of that sort of stuff. But I'm just grateful. I was sitting here in gratitude thinking, who is this person? How have I even got here? I can remember the day that I decided to give up drugs, and I couldn't see the next minute ahead. But I just kept moving forward. That's all I've done, is just kept moving forward. But, now that I'm at this place, I understand the kind of hard work that it requires on my end to have got to where I'm currently at today. And that doesn't mean that it's easy, right? Because I face those limitations in my mind every single day. And I find it hard to celebrate how far I've come. I feel like I'm being egotistical and all of that sort of stuff. And the reality is I should really start celebrating this stuff, because I am unrecognisable. If I'm unrecognisable to my own kids, I must be unrecognisable. And I've just kept moving forward. And, I don't know. I mean, me and you have conversations every day. You saw something in me. I know you have got to have seen something in me for us to have come this far, and to have stuck with me through those moments when I've had complete breakdowns and said, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I think my famous saying to you was that I was a weight on you, and I didn't want to be a burden and all of that stuff. But it's working through all of that uncomfortable stuff, right, in business, that we never go to our boss and say, I'm struggling, I don't know what I'm doing, And, you know, I'm just so grateful because, you know, just getting a couple of emails when clients message you back and say you've made a real difference to my life. Like one got, Pip, you know, I got a message this weekend about it, and I'm like, this is what it's all about. Like lifting people up, truly lifting people up. And it's never about the money. It's never about the money. It's about the connection. It's about the working together. It's about seeing beyond limitation. It's about showing people that there's more to their circumstances that they're currently in. So yeah, do you know what? You asked the question in the beginning, what are you going to do today? And I'm just going to do the same as I've always done. I'm just going to keep moving forward.
I've got a question for you. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Okay, seriously.
Yeah.
I want to be a really, really great therapist, and I want to be a really great spiritual advisor. There you go.
That's what I like to hear. And really great at whatever the hell you become. You just want to be really great. That'll do. Really great, whatever you are. Because we have on average 4 jobs a lifetime, 4 careers a lifetime. So whatever you're going to be in this period, you want to be great at it. That'll do. James, we have got 4 minutes. I'm not leaving last but least. I'm just telling you. We're going to run off at a minute 2. So how are you this morning? You know all about possibility.
I've got a new bike for a start.
Yes.
I've got another bike, a cheap one off the market, but it's gonna need a lot of work to get the old postie bike working. But I'm looking forward to it because I've set myself a deadline and I want it on the road because I fancy a trip to the beach in Blackpool with it. Get a sandcastle built or something. Probably going to need a cold shower when I get there, though. It'll be that hard work because I think it only has 4 gears on it. So a Pashley bicycle is going to be retard, as we say in Wigan, which means reet in Wigan means are you okay?
Yeah.
And hard, well,
difficult.
Obviously I train quite a bit on the bike, so I'm fairly hard when it comes to cycling. And I'm looking forward to where the cycling journey takes me next year, because this year it's took me to Cardiff several times.
Hello.
And it's been incredible. August was beautiful. I don't know if you can remember that far back,
I can.
but it was wonderful. It's fading into the mirror at the moment, the rear view, because I'm excited to, hopefully go for a little bit of something before Christmas. Hopefully we'll get a new adventure on for a few of us before Christmas, and I'm looking forward to all that. I'm looking forward to all the work we're doing at the moment. I did one little thing this morning, though, and I went out for my early morning walk, and I can just hear the shops opening the roll shutters down beneath me. I went out for my early morning walk, and I saw something in front of me, bright and orange, and when I bent down to look at it, I thought, thank goodness me, it was one of those bright orange plastic bottles there, because behind it, it stopped rolling down and it rested on a full broken green glass bottle. And I'd crunched something on the path, and I was wondering what that was, because on my bikes I always put the puncture-proof tyres. But anyway, I wheeled my bin round and swept up the glass and the plastic bottle, and hopefully the wonderful council, St Helens here, who gave me an award 2 weeks ago for my volunteer work at the food bank,
so
which is wonderful of them. The 2 road sweepers in Earlstone where I live, these lads put mileage in. They must have new shoes every week. But I helped them this morning and got a bit of rubbish off the road. An old, thankfully, a bright orange gin bottle or whatever brand it was. I don't know if it was whatever it was. That pointed out all the broken glass behind it. Obviously, someone had a couple too many on Sunday evening, and the bottle was smashed, and some of it was in the road as well, in the gutter.
I'm gonna interrupt you there, James. I'm a minute to go, my love. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Listen, guys.
From you tonight.
Listen, guys. You've been in MJ's house. We're gonna run over to LinkedIn. I'm sorry it's a bit of a hurry at the end there, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. We've been live everywhere. Come back here on Monday at 6 o'clock, and don't forget we're on LinkedIn at Saturday in Belonging in Business. We're going to run over now to Mindset Monday. I will see you all over there. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.